Next, I'll demonstrate how to crochet the little dinosaur's tail. First, wrap the yarn around your left hand. Spread your left hand. Hold the yarn end with your right hand. Wrap the yarn from the top over the pinky, from top to bottom. Then from the back of the thumb and index finger, wrap from back to front over the index finger. Finally, wrap around the middle finger from front to back. Form a loop around the middle finger. Pull the yarn end slightly longer. After forming the loop, hold the intersection of the loop with your thumb to secure it. The starting loop is ready. Yes, the loop on the middle finger is very important. We can crochet a magic ring or a chain stitch. Hold the crochet hook in your right hand, facing yourself. The tip should face yourself. Use your index finger to control the loop on the hook. The index finger is mostly free. Let's crochet a chain stitch first. Start with a chain stitch. Insert the hook into the loop on the middle finger, yarn over. Pull the yarn through. After pulling the yarn through, yarn over. Turn the hook from facing you to vertical, forming an adjustable ring. The ring can be lengthened or shortened. A larger ring makes it easier to pull the yarn through, but the piece will be loose. Too tight makes it difficult to pull the yarn. The ring should be large enough to hold the hooks. So, control the ring size to fit the hooks. Keep the ring height consistent. After forming the ring, yarn over again. Pull the yarn through the loop. One chain stitch is completed. Starting each round, we should make one chain stitch. This starts each round of crocheting. Note: the loop tension is controlled by the left index finger. When it needs to be looser, use your finger to loosen the yarn. The yarn will be looser. When it needs to be tighter, pull your index finger back. The yarn will be tighter. The yarn can slip easily and be hard to control. Wrap the yarn around your index finger a few more times. This makes the yarn less slippery. If the yarn is still loose, wrap it one more time. The number of wraps is not fixed. Wraps control the yarn tension. Wrap twice if needed. Wrap 3 times if needed. One wrap is fine too. It's flexible. When the yarn is long, wrapping 3 times is easier to control the tension. Now the chain stitch is complete. After completing the chain stitch, hold the piece with your left thumb and middle finger. Use your index finger to guide the yarn. Crochet with your right hand. The chain stitch for the first round is complete. Now start the first round. Crochet for single crochets in the first round. Demonstrate how to crochet a single crochet. Move the loop to the center of the hook. Use your right index finger to hold the loop to prevent slipping. After controlling the loop, insert the hook into the centering. Every foundation chain or stitch is made in this ring. Insert into the ring. Yarn over on the hook. Pull the yarn through the ring. Now there are 2 loops on the hook. Yarn over again and pull through both loops. Now 1 single crochet is complete. From the side, it forms a V shape. This is the first stitch. To easily identify the first stitch, place a stitch marker on the V shape. You can place it from front to back or back to front. The purpose is to identify the first stitch. Place the stitch marker here. OK, now start the second single crochet. Keep the loop in the center of the hook. The loop should be neither too tight nor too loose, just right. Keep it in the center. Hold the loop with your right index finger and insert into the ring. Then yarn over. Relax your index finger a bit, don't make it too stiff. This makes it easier to work. Yarn over and pull through the ring. There are now 2 loops on the hook. Yarn over again and pull through both loops. This is the second single crochet. There is another V shape. 1V, 2V means 2 stitches. 2 stitches are done. Now for the third stitch. Keep the loop in the center. Hold the loop with your right hand, insert into the ring. Yarn over and pull through. There are now 2 loops on the hook. Yarn over and pull through again. This is the third single crochet. Now crochet the fourth single crochet, insert into the ring. Yarn over and pull through. There are now 2 loops on the hook. Yarn over and pull through again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we have 4 single crochets. After crocheting 4 single crochets, pull the starting yarn tail tight. Tighten the loop. The first round is done. But it's not a circle yet. Now, we need to join the last stitch with the first stitch. Join with a slip stitch. Finish this round. Let me demonstrate. Insert the hook into the first stitch of this round. Insert through the entire V shape into the loop. After inserting into the first stitch, yarn over with the hook. Pull the yarn through the first stitch. Then pull it through the loop of the last stitch. This joins the last stitch with the first stitch. This is how you make a slip stitch. Now the first round is done. Start the second round. For the second round, you also need to start with a chain stitch. Yarn over and pull through the loop. This is the chain stitch. So, every round starts with a chain stitch. Okay. This is the chain stitch. So, every round starts with a chain stitch. After making the chain stitch, start the second round. The pattern for the second round is 1 single crochet, 1 increase. Repeat this pattern. You made 4 stitches in the first round. For the second round, it's 1 single crochet, 1 increase. Repeat for 2 sets. Okay, start with the first single crochet. Where is the first stitch? The stitch marker is the first stitch. Each round's first stitch has a stitch marker. Why mark the first stitch? Because at the end of each round, you need to join the last stitch with the first stitch using a slip stitch. That's when you use the first stitch. After the slip stitch, the first stitch of the second round is in the same place as the first stitch of the first round, where the stitch marker is. So, the first stitch of each round is important and must be identified. Now start the first stitch of the second round. Keep the loop in the center of the hook. Hold the loop with your right hand. Pull the loop to the right height and insert the hook into the first stitch. Yarn over and pull through the first stitch. There are now 2 loops on the hook. Yarn over and pull through both loops. This is the first stitch of the second round. After the first stitch of the second round, there is another V shape. Move the stitch marker from the first stitch of the first round to the first stitch of the second round. The first stitch of the second round is this new V shape. Place the marker here. Okay. You may wonder, why don't mark other V before this V? Because this V before is the chain stitch of the second round. The first chain stitch of the second round. The chain stitch also forms a V shape, but the chain stitch and slip stitch are not counted in the stitch count. So, mark the first single crochet after the chain stitch. Place the marker here. After the first stitch, crochet the second stitch. The second stitch is an increase. An increase means 2 single crochets in the same stitch. Insert the hook into the same stitch twice. First, make 1 single crochet in this stitch. Yarn over, 2 loops on the hook. Yarn over and pull through. This is 1 single crochet. 1 single crochet in 1 stitch. Next, insert the hook into the same stitch and make another single crochet. This makes 2 single crochets in 1 stitch. 2 single crochets in 1 stitch is an increase. One single crochet in 1 stitch is a single crochet. 2 single crochets in 1 stitch is an increase. The stitch count increases from 1 stitch to 2 stitches, which is an increase. Single crochet, increase, repeat this pattern. This round is all single crochets and increases. The third stitch is a single crochet. Insert the hook into the stitch and pull the yarn through. There are 2 loops on the hook. Yarn over and pull through. This completes the third single crochet. One more stitch left. Now make another increase. Insert the hook into the fourth stitch. Insert into the stitch, yarn over and pull through. There are 2 loops on the hook. Yarn over and pull through both loops. Okay. The fourth stitch is 1 single crochet. We need to increase in the fourth stitch. Insert the hook into the same stitch again. Yarn over and make another single crochet. See? 2 single crochets in the fourth stitch. This is an increase. After this round, there will be 6 stitches. Let's count them. Start from the stitch marker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 stitches, right, a total of 6 stitches. After this, the pattern for this round is complete. Now, join with the first stitch using a slip stitch. End this round. Okay, insert the hook into the first stitch. Yarn over and pull through the first stitch. There are 2 loops on the hook. Pull the second loop through the first loop. This is a slip stitch. Now, 2 rounds are complete. Next, we start the third round. Before starting the third round, do a chain stitch first. Now we can begin the third round. Insert the hook at the stitch marker. The pattern for the third round is 2 single crochets, 2 increases, then 2 single crochets, a total of 6 stitches. First, 2 single crochets, then 2 increases. Finally, 2 single crochets. This completes this round. Insert the hook at the stitch marker, make the first stitch. For the first stitch, go through the entire V shape. Yarn over and pull through. Now you can remove the stitch marker. After marking the first stitch, you can remove the stitch marker. At this point, there are 2 loops on the hook. Yarn over and pull through both loops. The first single crochet is done. After completing the first single crochet, reattach the stitch marker. Insert the stitch marker through the V shape to mark the first stitch. The first single crochet is done. Now, crochet the second single crochet. Insert the hook into the second stitch. Insert the hook into the stitch, passing through the entire V shape. At this point, there are 2 loops on the hook. Yarn over and pull through both loops. Now, 2 single crochets are done. 1 single crochet. 2 single crochets. For the third stitch, you need to make an increase. An increase means to crochet 2 single crochets into the same stitch. Crochet 2 single crochets into 1 stitch. Insert the hook into the stitch, pull through. Pull through again. This is 1 single crochet. Now continue. Insert the hook into the same stitch, pull through. Pull through again. Good. Crochet 2 single crochets into 1 stitch. This is an increase. After finishing the increase in the third stitch, make another increase in the fourth stitch. Continue. Insert the hook into the stitch, pull through. Pull through again. Insert the hook into the stitch again. pull through again. This way, you have made 2 increases. Continue. There are 2 stitches left. In these 2 stitches, crochet 2 single crochets. Insert the hook into the stitch, pull through again. The last single crochet. Insert the hook into the stitch, pull through again. After finishing this round, there should be 8 stitches. You have formed 8 stitches. Let's count again. Start counting from the stitch with the stitch marker. This is the first stitch, second stitch, third stitch, fourth stitch, fifth stitch, sixth stitch, seventh stitch, eighth stitch. There are 8 stitches in total, right? After finishing this round, the pattern is complete. While tightening the yarn, I have already wrapped it around my finger 4 times. The number of wraps doesn't matter. What matters is maintaining the right tension. After finishing the last stitch, join the last stitch with the first stitch using a slip stitch. Insert the hook into the first stitch. Pull the yarn through the first stitch. Pull through again to complete the slip stitch. This is how to make a slip stitch. Now the third round is complete. Look at this loop. During the crocheting process, the piece has a front side and a back side. Hold the piece like this. The side facing us is the back side. The back side has a horizontal bar on each stitch in every round. This is the back side of the piece. Turn the piece over. Each round has a V shape. The side with the V shapes is the front side. During crocheting, the front side should face us, with the back side inside. Now, after finishing 3 rounds, let's start the 4th round. Before starting the 4th round, make a chain stitch. The pattern for the 4th round is to crochet 3 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 3 single crochets. 2 increases. For the last 3 stitches, crochet 3 single crochets. This completes the round. Now, start with the first single crochet. The first stitch is where the stitch marker is. Insert the hook here, into the loop. Then remove the stitch marker. Pull through the loop. Pull through again. This is the first stitch of the 4th round. You have formed a V shape. Place the stitch marker back to mark the first stitch. The first stitch is done. Next, make the second single crochet. Insert the hook into the loop. Pull through again. Continue with the third single crochet. Now look. 1, 2, 3, 3 single crochets. After making 3 single crochets, make 2 increases. Increase, insert the hook into the loop, pull through. Pull through again. This is 1 single crochet. Make another single crochet in the same stitch. This is an increase. Make 2 increases like this. In the next stitch, make 2 single crochets. Now 2 increases are done. There are 3 stitches left. Make 3 single crochets in these 3 stitches. Insert the hook into the loop, make a single crochet. Insert the hook into the loop again, make a single crochet. In the last stitch, make a single crochet. This completes the 4th round. At the end of this round, there should be 10 stitches. Let's count again. The marker is on the first stitch. This is the first stitch. Count from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There are 10 stitches in total. After completing the 10 stitches, slip stitch to the first stitch. The marker is on the first stitch. Slip stitch to the first stitch. Pull through the first stitch. Then pull through the loop on the hook. This is a slip stitch. Round 4 is complete. Next, we start round 5. Before starting round 5, make a chain stitch. Now you can remove the marker. The marker was on the first stitch of this round. Here is the first stitch. The pattern for round 5 is to first crochet for single crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4 for single crochets, then make 2 increases. Finally, crochet for single crochets. This completes the round. Start with the first single crochet. The marker indicates where to insert the hook for the first stitch. Make the first single crochet. Insert the hook into the first stitch. Pull through. Pull through again. This is the first stitch. Place the marker again. Mark the first stitch. This is the first single crochet. In this round, start with 4 single crochets. Continue with the second single crochet. The third single crochet. The fourth single crochet. After completing 4 single crochets, make 2 increases in the middle. That is to say, crochet 2 single crochets into the same stitch. This is the first increase. Then make another increase. Two increases done. After making the increases, there are 4 stitches left. In these 4 stitches, crochet 1 single crochet in each stitch. This completes round 5. After finishing round 5, there should be 12 stitches. Let's count them again. The marker shows the first stitch. The marker is the first stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There are 12 stitches in total. This completes the pattern for this round. Every time the loop slips off your hand, you need to re-wrap the yarn. Wrap the yarn in the same way as when starting. Wrap around the pinky, then around the index finger. Wrap the yarn around the middle finger to form a loop. Hold the piece. If the yarn is too loose, wrap it around the index finger again. Hold the piece firmly while crocheting. After completing this round, connect to the first stitch with a slip stitch. After making the slip stitch, the last stitch is connected to the first stitch. Round 5 is now complete. Next is the final round. Start with a chain stitch. After the chain stitch, begin round 6. The pattern for round 6 is to crochet 5 single crochets. Then make 2 increases. After that, crochet 5 more single crochets. Continue like this. You can hide the yarn tail inside the piece if it gets in the way. The marker shows the starting point, which is the first stitch. If the yarn becomes loose, wrap it around the index finger again to tighten it. Insert the hook into the first stitch and crochet the first single crochet. With 2 loops on the hook, pull through. This is the first single crochet. After completing the first single crochet, remove the stitch marker and place it in the V of the first stitch, going through the V. Once marked, continue crocheting. Crochet 5 single crochets. The first one is done. Now for the second single crochet. Third single crochet. Fourth single crochet. Fifth single crochet. 5 single crochets are done. Now make 2 increases. This is the first increase. This is the second increase. 2 increases are done. Now crochet 5 more single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 5 single crochets done. After finishing, join with a slip stitch to the first stitch. Pull through the first stitch, then pull through the last loop to tighten. Now the last round is complete. You can remove the stitch marker, as no more rounds are needed. After finishing, make a chain stitch to secure the end. Now you can cut the yarn. The little dinosaur tail is now complete. When cutting the yarn, leave a longer tail for sewing the tail onto the dinosaur's body. Leave a slightly longer end for sewing. Okay. That's it. The little tail is now complete.